do shit to just piss them off. Say you never heard me, it's yo lost. They biting on my freestyles. They tell me make my money frontin' on that weed style. I tell them I be too old for it. Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Pooh. So today I've got a new series coming to the channel. It's true stories that have happened in my life, things based around me. What do you think to it? Do you not give a fuck about my life? Would you like to see more? Let me know in the comment section down below. But today's story is going to be titled The Day I Killed Someone. And this isn't clickbait. This is real, this is true. And it's something that changed me a hell of a lot as a person, and just something I would like to get out there because it could happen to anyone, and it was quite upsetting and quite bad for me as a person to live with that. But it wasn't murder or anything like that. You don't need to worry about anything like that. But yeah, quite a dark video really today. It was last year and I was playing a football match, and we was doing well. We was 2-1 up. I was playing in the goal. One of my teammates had just scored an excellent goal, one of the best goals I've ever seen him score. And we had a corner and they had a breakaway. And out of respect, I'm not going to mention any names, but their striker got the ball and he made an incredible run. He ran the whole width of the field and beat about 3 men. And then he passed it to the winger and the winger knocked it over, because for some reason their formation, the wingers were here and the striker was here, and the wingers were splitting back, and he got into a difficult position where one of my defenders was here and he was here, and he muscled him off with his back and then passed it to the winger. The winger knocked it over to the top right at the edge of my box. So I came out and jumped up to catch it, but as I've jumped up to catch it, I've felt a great big bang on my hip bone, and I go flying to the floor like this. When I get back up, I see him there on his back like that, as if he's just been squashed. It really was a horrible sight, and straight away I knew there was something wrong. So what had happened is his tongue had gone to the back of his throat, and in result of that he obviously couldn't breathe. So I knew immediately, through knowing a little bit about first aid and a bit of common sense really, that he would not be able to breathe unless he got that out. So that's exactly what me and my teammates, as well as his teammates, were trying to do. There was people crying on the field, there was his teammates in the parents' arms, there was people in the crowd crying. People just knew there was something wrong straight away, especially when an ambulance was called to the scene and he was taken into hospital. I later found out that he had had quite a serious bleed to the brain and he could never play football again. And I felt bad about this, I felt so bad about this. I'd stopped someone from playing football, and yeah, it wasn't my fault, it was a 50-50 challenge, there was nothing wrong with it. The referee would have allowed play to be played on if it wasn't a head injury. And there was all these people telling me it's not your fault, it's not your fault. So he's been knocked out, and he can't play football again. And then soon after this, about a month later, I was contacted by my manager to say the lad that you've knocked down is in hospital, he's on life support, he's had a seizure or a stroke or whatever you might call it, and it left him in a seriously bad way. He was on life support, and it was linked to the head injury. It was linked to the head injury that I had caused. And then the next day he died. I felt really guilty about this. I felt horrible. I can't just imagine what his parents are going through now and what they were going through then. It must have been a horrible, horrible time, and something I definitely never want to experience with my kids or them with their kids. It's just something I wouldn't want anyone to experience. I blamed myself for quite some time after the incident, and there was people telling me it wasn't your fault, you know, it was a good challenge, but it's quite hard to get off your conscience that you've done something like that. And people that will know Mr. Rugbyman, why I've made this video, because of other things, but it was just so difficult, and it's just so hard to live with doing something like that, even if it isn't your fault, even if you couldn't help it, it was a complete and utter accident, it was a tragedy, that's what it was. But yeah, really was difficult, and this is no bullshit at all, I promise you that. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Bit of a dark video really. I hope you took it in and listened and realised how bad this situation was. Let me know what you think to this new kind of series where I just sit down and speak to you person to person, man to man, man to woman, whatever you might want to call it. Let me know what you think of this series. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it shit? Is it bollocks? Would you like to see more? But yeah, I did find this video quite hard to make, but it's just something I wanted to get off my chest, and it's a video that I can relate things to, and people out there that are suffering with, if there's anyone suffering with something like this, it does get easier, I promise you that. You do begin to realise. I hope you enjoyed this video. Drop me a comment down below if you've had any experiences like this. Let me know what you want to see next. Please like, subscribe if you're new around it. Peace.
I'ma do shit that just piss them off. Say you never heard me, it's yo lost. They biting on my freestyles. They tell me make my money frontin' on that weed style. I tell them I be too old for it, and I gave my brother my eye.